Okay, for exercise 6. So exercise 6 is we're going to start assembling a whole series of combinations of filled regions and line work. You'll notice that this is just a filled region. Okay, and it's telling me that it's a filled region when you hover. So this is a filled region. It'll also tell you at the bottom here. So that's a filled region and it's concrete hatch. Here's another filled region, but it's within a block. So if I go and say edit group, you'll notice within the group it's line work. So it's a DPC or dam-proof course or a dam-proof membrane, and it's a filled region. So if I go and edit this, it's a series of line work, and this will be masonry. So the line work is categorized to the type of material that I'm trying to depict, and the filled region is also set up to highlight what that information is. Now I've given you a series of construction lines, and I want you to try and reassemble this detail based off these different components I've given you. You'll notice that these are all groups, but within the group, if we go and edit this group for example, it's a series of detail line work. Okay, filled regions, okay, pretty straightforward. You could have used array command to create these very quickly. So you're using a combination of all of these techniques above to start putting very basic details together. I think a lot of you have done a lot of drawing now, a lot of hand drawings or technical drawings, and you know how long this takes. So we need to start using Revit or ArchiCAD to start reproducing this information at a quicker pace. Please note you still need to draw these details. You need to learn to draw. So that's very important. But to do a lot of drawings consistently, you're going to have to start using software to put these drawings together. Okay, so we've got concrete foundation, we've got a wall base, we've got a floor arrangement. Again, this is a series of line works. So edit type, you'll notice that this is a natural ground line or line weight 6. This is going to be compact fill. This is a surface bed. This is your DPM. Okay. And each of these groups has a grip. You'll notice it's got a location from which it works. So to assemble these, you just have to put them in the right assembly. So the way this works over here. Okay, straightforward. Okay, now, typically, the distance between your DPM is 170. So this has been set up. Okay, so you'll see once I start putting this information together, it should just flow together. So we're going to use a series of commands here. Move. Okay, we've used the copy command, but now we're going to start using move command. So move command, I want to move this object, and if something's a group, you'll see it'll have a different snap option, which is that icon there, and I'm going to move this to this location over here. Okay, so that's my first object put in place. Now I'm going to grab the floor, I'm going to copy this object. You can copy these, by the way, so you can use the copy command, does the same thing. You can delete that. You can now move this to the right location, so I'm moving the window. Okay, this is just a quick, it's just to show you, and you see you've got an intersection line here, so that will go there. Okay, if you're not sure where things line up, just double check over here. Please pay attention to what is more, your things that you cut through like structure are more important than your finishes, like where the windows go. So just remember there is a certain order and hierarchy in which these things need to be put. Okay, so again, this option, I'm going to copy this. I'm just going to move it for now. I'm going to move this, so this will snap into that location over there. Again, you see it'll sit above. Now this will sit above again. Okay, sometimes we'll see now if there's an option, we'll change the order. This does get tricky to use, so we'll just have to, yeah, this does get tricky, but I'll explain when we need it to look correctly what we'll do. So I'm going to copy this now. Just remember, if you are drafting these things, you want to group things together because they work together. It just means if you want to replicate this or move it or copy it and use it again, because these things are grouped, they're very easy to assemble and use again. Okay, so this is my roof structure. I'm going to copy this, I'm going to move it maybe, so move this in the right location. Okay, now here we're going to have an issue because technically this object will sit above. Now I'm going to ungroup this for now, ungroup, and I'm going to send this to the back. So I'm going to say send to back, send to back. Because this line work is telling me that there was an object behind, okay, and that's things are going through. And again, right click, create similar. There is some information missing. All I need to show is that the timber is actually built through the wall. So they'll typically build the wall, because remember this is in the distance, we're cutting through the wall, the truss is in the background. Again, that'll just snap to like that. So that's very quickly how you use detail line work. If this was a group, it would sit above, so that's the downside. So in order to fix that, I just had to use that workflow. So please try and do the same. Okay, I'm using this one hatch line to depict things that are in the background or the foreground or certain connections. Okay, for like timber, just to show like this is a timber section, that's the symbol that we use. Okay, if not finished timber, we'll use a different hatch. Again, this might be in the foreground. So, but the way it reads now, it's perfect. So just leave it as it is. So you can see to assemble these details, this is actually very quick if you have set things up correctly. So I'm going to copy, or let's just move this, I move this. So remember, this is your ceiling. So this is a plasterboard ceiling and a cornice. Okay, so move this. Now this is going to be slightly different. I'm going to snap it to there, and then I'm going to move it again from that edge to there. Okay, because I want these things to line up correctly. And the timber, this has to be thicker. By the way, if you don't see, if these things are not connecting correctly and you want to work accurately, make sure that you toggle the line weight tool. This is very handy to understand because you can see if things are not accurate. This is important when we're working with CAD. You're trying to work very accurately. Okay, so very important. You can switch your line weights back on. Now the last thing I need to do is move. Now this grip's over here, and typically if I move this, and I use the grip for this one, so that'd be quite accurate. I usually snap that to that point there. Then I've got enough overhang. Please notice that with my roof sheeting, because it's corrugated, I'm only cutting through one portion of the corrugated sheet, hence the line weight's a little thicker than the other. Just make sure that this reads a bit better. It's just the way these things read, okay, in depth. Okay, now you can see, to assemble a section, if you've got a whole bunch of pre-built components, it's very easy to put details together. Okay, all right. For this exercise, I want you to answer, I want to know the area. So for example, if I press tab once, I want to know the area of the concrete foundation, and I want to know a dimension. So please go and measure that dimension. Again, so I'm going to use annotate, align. So here you can use, remember you can use the reference plane, or you can press tab until you select that point over there and maybe this point over here. Okay, so please measure that and give me that. So it's from that point there to that point. Please give me that answer. Okay. All right. Good luck and thank you.